What's going on, y'all? So, headed to the office, aka home, and I just wanted to share some thoughts with you all. As I take these rides, cruises, it really makes me think of previous experiences that I've been through and how I dealt with certain situations on my journey to building the body that I want, desire. And one of the things that I was just thinking about was how to stop playing with your goals or BSing with your goals, how to stop wasting time and how to actually get on track, like what it actually takes. And what came to mind first was how I would be so on track, like so on point when it came to doing the things that I need to do every day, making sure that I get my water intake in, making sure that I'm eating my meals the correct amount, having my calories met to a T precisely. And for me, the biggest hang up was always at night, overeating the amount of food that I was supposed to eat, having those too many fun foods, too many snacks, you know. There was this thing that I liked to do and still like to do, honestly, where, you know, I call it like, well, it's kind of like making cookie dough in a sense. So it's like, you know, using oatmeal and protein powder, maybe like some flour or like the brownie mix or whatever that may be, and then combining that with, you know, chocolate chips and walnuts and things like that, you know, just creating like a cookie mix, and then almond milk and mixing it up and eating it, right? And I used to love doing it, and I keep saying used to, but I still love doing it. The problem is it's really high in calories the way that I would do it, and I would get so hungry and I would like it so much that I wouldn't be able to stop myself from having a second bowl of it and then a third little bowl of it. And that was the problem. It wasn't necessarily that in and of itself, because the first bowl was all right, because I usually save 200 to 250 calories for the end of the night because I know I'm gonna be hungry. But I was self-sabotaging myself, right? I was causing myself to keep that extra weight on by making those mistakes and knowing what I was doing. It wasn't like I was, you know, ignorant to it. Like, I knew that if I ate this, it was gonna set me back, right? And one of the things I had to come to realize was that we have to get to a point where the pain of not having the goals that we want, not accomplishing the things that we want, has to become greater than that desire or that vice or, you know, that weakness, right? The things that we can't, or at least we feel that we can't control ourselves with. Because this was something that I started telling myself, like, oh, I know I just can't control myself when I do this. You know, oh, I forgot to say, peanut butter was in that as well. Peanut butter would be in there, and that would probably, that's probably it. That's probably what did it. But, you know, we have to be able to get to a point where the pain of not having that body that we want, right? Not having the lean belly or, you know, the nice arms or, you know, whatever it is, the body parts that you want, the legs that you want, the butt that you may want. For my guys, the arms, the chest, you know, the lean six-pack. Like, not having that has to become such a pain point for us that it's going to trigger us into action. And even more specifically, we have to get to a point where we can find exactly what it is that we want. We have to describe with such vivid description and have a visual of what we're trying to accomplish, right? This is what's going to help us get through it. Like, so when you're writing these things down, which we should all be journaling, write down exactly what it is that you want to accomplish. Not just I want to look better, I want to feel better, but in vivid detail, right? And ask yourself, is it really worth going through the process of accomplishing this? Or am I more comfortable with where I am with this current habit that I have, right? I was talking with one of the clients the other day, and they was basically talking about, you know, and it's not just this client, it's a lot of people that I've worked with previously and currently, how it's hard for them to, you know, not have seconds and thirds, which is kind of the thing that I just mentioned. Not have seconds and thirds of the food, right? They'll be able to make the food, they'll eat the food, but the food tastes so good and they're such a good cook as well that they want more of it. And, you know, one of the things, they said the same thing, that they can't control themselves. But the thing to realize is that this is just a story that we tell ourselves, right? No one else can see this problem, right? It's only in our heads where this is coming from. It's not something that's real in the world. It's just this repeated story that we've told ourselves so much to the point where we believe it. And we've acted on it so much, it's to the point where it just happens naturally. It's not something that we even try to do or have to think about, we just do it. But we've told ourselves this so many times that I'm this type of person. I can't control what I eat. I can't control this. I can't control that. It's a habit. Like I don't know how to fix it. When we talk like that, we're further cementing this thought process in our heads, right? We're making it real. We're giving it power in our lives by constantly saying those type of things. Like it's not real. Like we don't have to do it. We're not stuck. We're not controlled by these habits. Like the only reason why it has any source of life is because we keep repeating it and we keep telling ourselves this. And it may seem kind of weird to hear that. I hope it resonates, but it may seem kind of weird to hear that, but it's the truth. Like you're the only one that's giving yourself this nature or this feeling of I can't control myself. Like you're doing that. No one else is giving you that food. No one else is giving you, or maybe somebody else is giving you that food, but no one else is forcing you to do that. You're volunteering yourself to eat more food or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be like eat more food, whatever the thing that's holding you back, you know. Maybe you're just not eating from your structured plan at all. Maybe you're just freestyling stuff. Maybe you're just having fun every single day. But the reason why you can't stick to anything is because, one, you're telling yourself this over and over and over and over to the point where you believe it. So the goal is, and what's going to help you change this, is telling yourself a new story, building up your mind and repeating something that's going to help it benefit you, right? Like this is why we have the Built by Plants menu with the win the day checklist on there. And if you all haven't started using it, I really do recommend you use it. Well, it's the checklist of checking in with yourself consistently, making sure that you're doing the things that you need to do every single day. As you go throughout your day, knock things off your checklist. When we mark things off a checklist, we feel more accomplished. We feel like we're dominating, right? Mentally, it helps us. So when you're going throughout your day, check things off. Be the type of person that gets proud of the fact that they're getting things done. So on top of that, aside from the checklist, every day you should have self-affirmations in the morning. And there are some inside of the Built by Plants coaching menu. You should have morning self-affirmations and then self-affirmations throughout your day, right? And simple things, but powerful things, you know? Like, I'm the type of person that has willpower. I'm the type of person that has control over my thoughts. I make a decision and I stick with it. I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm whole, I'm perfect. Say these things with such conviction daily that we start to repeat it without thinking about it. And we start to repeat it to the point where we really believe it. If you don't believe it right now, try it every day. Try it every single day and tell yourself these things. I don't know if you all know about the power of repeating something consistently and people start to believe it, right? It can be a complete lie, but if you repeat it every single day, if a person says the same thing so much, it gets ingrained into our head and we start to subconsciously believe it. And it can be true or cannot be true. It can be some truth to it. Like, for example, I'm sure you all know about the rapper Lil Wayne. when he was like in his prime, when he was rapping and such, he used to always say, I'm the best rapper alive, right? Always, I'm the best rapper alive, best rapper alive. He had a song called Best Rapper Alive. Like, he said it so much to where everybody just started believing it. Like, yeah, he is the best rapper. He is the best rapper alive. Like, it got to that point. And obviously part of it is because he was like really dope with his words and the way he mixed his, you know, he put his punchlines together and such. Like, that was, you know, clever, and especially like around the time he had his, you know, when he had his moments, you know, when he was really on top of it. But it's not just him. Like, there's so many examples of this happening. So find the time in your morning and throughout your day to do these daily affirmations and give yourself the mindset of realizing that you're a powerful individual, that you can control yourself, you can control these things, because you can. It's not like you're saying this stuff because it's a lie. You really can change these habits. You can become a different person. And the first place to start is your mind. You have to start thinking that way. And then you have to verbalize that, right? You have to tell yourself these things, because you've been beating yourself up for so long with these things that aren't beneficial for you. You've been telling yourself, I can't do this, I can't do that. You know, tracking my calories are too hard, or sticking to a meal plan is too hard, or exercising, I don't have time for it. All these little things add up to the point where we really start to believe it over time. And we don't even think about correcting it. We don't think about thinking a new thought. And what we do it for a very limited amount of time, where we don't give it the space it needs to build momentum, so that we can keep that habit and we can start developing that. You know, so start these daily affirmations, start thinking better, start telling yourself, start being nice to yourself, really. And that's what it's really about. Stop speaking weakness into yourself, you know. Stop using your words against yourself. Use them for better. We gotta talk anyways. So, you know, speak life into yourself every single day with these affirmations and such. And that's where it really starts. That's where the change starts. That's what I started doing. I would go into the mirror and I would just say really beneficial things when it comes to not just weight loss or, you know, reaching the body that I want, but, you know, just overall being a good person and being a confident person. You know, I am confident, I am strong, I am the type of person that gets things done, I stick to my daily calories, you know, those type of things. I have willpower, I love the body that I'm in. I'm constantly, every single day, working towards carving a better body. All these type of things, because it really works. And when you say it with conviction, because you have to, you can't just say, oh, I guess I'm strong, I can get things done. Like, no, it has to be with conviction. It has to be believable, right? So that's something that I want you all to give a try and to start doing, because it's really going to change a lot in your life if you do it consistently and stick with it. All right, so that's one of the first steps, because honestly, you have all the tools, you have all the resources, you have the strategies, you know what to do. So why aren't you doing it, or why are you still struggling? It's because of the mental approach, those mental things. That's what needs to change. All right, I really hope this helped. You all can let me know below if it did, or, you know, if you listen to this on the podcast, you can leave me a review about your thoughts on this video. If you're in the Built by Plants coaching group, comment below your thoughts and let me know how this goes for you, how it works for you if you give this a try. All right, talk to y'all next time.